right. Welcome back to the CNC Advantage. Come here, punk. I am Christy, and this is Cooper, and we are here to bring you another reading. This is for the second week in June. We're a little late because we had some bad storms this week and everything, so it took a little bit longer to get all the readings out, but just know that I was divinely called to give the reading, so if it found you, there is something here for you, okay? Alright, let's get right to it and we'll see what we got going here. The energy of the read today is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So possibly you're finding it difficult to find balance between your work life and your personal life. You're trying to choose what's most important. You're trying to prioritize things. You're trying to work towards better balance. And you're finding it challenging. You know, it is the summer months. Everyone wants to get out and get doing things. And, you know, and yet business is picking up. So, I mean, it can feel a bit challenging to figure out what's right. What's the right way to go. You have the Eight of Wands upright and the King of Wands in reverse. What's on the bottom? You have the World in reverse. So you're not done with the cycle, is what I'm hearing. You're not ready to move forward at this point. I mean, you have forward movement, but in the King of Wands energy, right? And King of Wands can be, so you're quite the catch. You know, a lot of people find you very attractive, very interesting. You're very magnetizing. But at this point, you're just not ready to move forward in a romantic relationship, even though you want to. Does that make sense? You know, you have to wrap up whatever cycle you're still in right now. It is not done. So maybe you just went through something and you need to revise it, right? Look back on it, learn what there is to be learned from it. What could you have done better? What could you have done different? Maybe you have healing to do. Maybe you need to just take some time for yourself before you start moving forward with your wand. Right? You might end up hurting someone when you didn't really mean to, right? The King of Wands can be a bit reckless. They can use people, and you know, they use people to cover up things so they don't have to face them, so that way they don't have to deal with it. And they don't even know they're doing it sometimes, right? They're just moving so fast all the time, you know, work and this and that, and there's so many options, and you know, just because you can doesn't mean you should, is what I'm hearing, okay? So to take time for you right now, maybe focusing on your work, you know, is not a bad thing, right? I mean, it might seem like your life is out of balance, and yeah, it might be right now, but maybe that's what's needed for you to truly heal what's broken within you, to work on you, to go into that hermit energy, right? To learn, study, grow, step into the Queen of Cups energy, where you just learn to love yourself for a bit before you start adding more things to it. And then now you got so many compound energies, you don't know which is which, you know. Is it really real love? And am I treating this person as good as I possibly could? You know, or am I just, I'm a broken soul right now. What else does the Aquarius need to know? Maybe you could work on being grounded, because I almost said Capricorn there. Try not to be drinking too much at this time. You know, that numbs the feelings and this and that. And sometimes just to feel the emotions that are passing through you is part of the healing process. So if you're numbing it out all the time, you're not doing the work. You're not allowing these things and the healing process to begin, you know, to go through grief and denial and, you know, and then true healing and this and that, you know, to put yourself back together. You're delaying the whole process itself by staying in this denial phase. I don't need to grieve. I don't need to do this. I'm just going to move forward as a happy being. Well, that's kind of wearing a mask. That's just burying it so that way you don't have to deal with it. And that is not the way. The things that we bury eventually are going to weigh on your body and it's going to make you sick from the inside out. So you're going to be going to the doctor and they're going to be like, there's nothing wrong with you. And you're going to be like, I feel like dog shit. They're like, I don't know what to tell you, you know, eat better, do this, that, da da da. You got the Emperor in reverse on the bottom of the pile, and you got the King of Cups in reverse. Ooh, you got 2 of the 4 kings in reverse with the Emperor reversed, all right? You're stuck in your emotions. You're in a difficult spot right now, okay? I don't see your energy as far as being reckless, you know. These are what you're trying to bury. This is what you're trying to hide from. These are the things that you don't want to face right now, right? You want to see the beauty in life again. You want to have that beautiful love connection that you had before, and you want to share your life with someone, but the divine is just saying now is not the time. It is not divine timing, right? I need you to work on this first. You need to turn these kings upright before you can step into Emperor energy. Stay busy. Stay working on you, work on your work. But when you're not at work, you need to be taking time to work through the difficult situation that you know you just went through. And you're going to know, you know, take it as it resonates. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe you just got out of a karmic relationship and you're not taking the time to be like, were there red flags? How can I identify those red flags moving forward? Or if you lost someone, you know, to truly take the time that it takes to heal from losing a person. Now, when you lose someone, I don't care if it's a dog, a relationship, a loved one, a parent. It's not like you're like, oh, I'm better now, I'm good, you know, I'm never going to miss them again. It isn't like that. When you truly heal, you start to learn that every day you're still going to miss them, and that's okay. You're still going to love them for the rest of your life, and that's okay. And you're going to find that you just find a way to bring them with you, but in a different way. And you're okay with that. But when you're just like, you know what, I'm not even going to deal with it, I'm not going to feel the pain, I'm just going to keep moving forward, and I'm never ever going to fucking feel it again. And, you know, you're closing yourself off, you're denying yourself the healing process, you're denying the divine on what is meant for you. Now, the divine needs you to hear this message, and you're like, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel it. You need to feel it. You need to allow it to move through you, to sit there and cry because you miss them. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you don't need to be going around and crying to everyone and this and that, you know, but you will set time aside for just you and to miss them, then there's nothing wrong with that. That is completely acceptable. It's not like you're putting a burden on anyone else, but you're not burying it so deep so it doesn't eat at you later. You know, so if when you do meet someone new, you're not projecting all that pain onto them and they're absorbing that energy going, I don't want this. I don't want that energy. I want pure love and pure intentions and pure energy, you know? I mean, just because you are learning to live without them doesn't make you damaged goods. It just means that you're taking time for yourself to truly heal what's broken. And your heart is broken here. I mean, the passion you once felt, the love you once felt, you feel like it's just been drained from your life and you would just do anything to get it back again. And the Spirit is saying it'll come back when you do what's asked. So whenever you get cards upside down, there is every potential to make them upright, right? So, and it just takes work. It takes listening to the messages and doing what's asked of you. And when you do what's asked, it's going to bring in your 10 of Cups. I mean, that's everything that you've been wishing for and hoping for and all this. So, okay, let's put those back. All right. Any more messages from my Aquarius? Anything more for the Aquarius that they need to hear at this time? Just taking the time. What can you do to work through these processes? So at times the emotions are going to feel like too much, and you're not going to be able to transmute all of the energy. When you feel those moments, you can go for a walk by yourself, not with someone else, not your dog or anything like that, because emotions are going to run right straight into your dog. Right? Take these walks by yourself and ask Mother Nature to help you cleanse the energy, to transmute the energy as you go. You know, you'll transmute what you can, and please help you with the rest, right? So this energy is going to be flowing out of you, and that's why you don't want to take your dog, okay? Because you're going to send it directly into them, and they pick up on your energy just as much as humans do, maybe more, right? Because you're the only thing in their lives, and all they do is sit around and just wait for you, right? That's what I was doing wrong. Another thing that you can do is, like, you know, if it gets to be too much and you just don't know how to work through it, you can, in your mind, right? I mean, not literally. You can imagine yourself at 5 years old. And as you take this walk, you take yourself by the hand and you hold your hand as a 5-year-old, and you allow them to ask you questions. Are they coming back? Why are they not coming back? How am I going to live without them? How am I supposed to move forward now? You know, and when I relied on them so much in the past and this and that. Allow them to ask the questions that you're feeling that you don't want to face, and then try to make sense of it to them. So it's not like you're focusing on yourself too much. It's like you're trying to help someone else, and that sometimes that's easier way of processing feelings and emotions and data, and you know, and how to, that you have all the answers already within you. You just need to access it. You need to tap into that energy. It's a very effective tool that I use when I feel extremely overwhelmed with something, that there is no great solution. You know, it's not like you can bring them back from the dead. It's not like you can undo what this terrible person did to you. But it is a great way to process emotions that are powerful and unbearable at times. So that could be a great thing for you. You also have the Empress in reverse. So now you've got you got the Emperor and the Empress in reverse. So you have everything you need to balance out your masculine and your femininity, to step into all four queens, to step into all four kings upright. You have a lot to offer, but you need to put yourself back together first before you can have your new beginning. Let's say, you know, your new Empress in divine timing. Alright. My Spirit's saying that's it. Alright, well, until next time, if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe. You'll be notified of many more readings and stuff like that, how you can move forward, how to process this energy, and just know that I'm here for you, and I will relay the messages as I'm called to. Okay? Alright, until next time, and love and light, you guys.